You buying that? Rick Bucher says that you got to have 10 years of service and 3 championships. I love it, to be considered a Laker great, and that LeBron, by those standards, is not an all-time Lakers great. Lou, you buying that?
No, I'm not buying that. So with that logic, Shaq wouldn't be an all-time great. He only played 8 years with the Lakers. Did get championships out of it, but he falls short on your time commitment part of that argument. If that's the case, by 2005, would we say Kobe Bryant wouldn't have been a Lakers all-time great 8, 9 seasons in when he still has the championships? Like, putting a 10-year part on it is one thing. Putting a championship part on it is another. Putting them together is a ridiculous argument. So
It's tough.
listen, yeah. So again, what is actually your criteria? 10 years and 3 championships? If that's your criteria, I'm not buying it, because 2 of your biggest all-time Laker greats at some point in their careers didn't meet that criteria. So I'm not buying it. So I'll take Kobe out of it, and I'll just say Shaq. Shaq didn't play 10 years with the Lakers. He played for the Lakers for 8 years. Is Shaquille O'Neal not an all-time Lakers great? Stop it if you say that he isn't. So no, I'm not buying
Okay.
that.
So the 10 years seems to be a big one. Yeah. That's tough.
There's a
10's
lot
hard.
Also, there's a lot of great players that don't have 3 championships that have played for the Lakers.
True.
So it doesn't make sense at all. LeBron is already a Laker great. Listen, again, there's so much history here with the legends that have come before him, but he won a championship already. The impact he's had, the turnaround he's had, the elite level of basketball he's playing with at his age, like everything that he's done so far definitely puts him in that category. And I disagree full-heartedly with this.
Do you know what's interesting though? And I do talk to a lot of like radio wise, a lot of callers and whatnot. And it's interesting to me that Lakers fans, still Lakers fans, but they don't love LeBron. Like they don't consider him a Laker the way they have sort of embraced and loved the Kobe's of the world. So I do find that interesting. And by the way, that could switch. And I'm wondering what it would take. Yeah, it's just different. A different vibe.
Kobe is homegrown. Like even the Shaq argument, Shaq basically forced his way to the Lakers back in the day. That's where he wanted to play. And this was LeBron's 3rd stop, and so he's not a homegrown Laker. He's on different time, but he's still LeBron James. He broke the scoring record with you. He won the elusive bubble championship that many people have mixed reviews about whether it's a legitimate championship or not. I think it's legitimate because I wanted it like hell. So I'm not going to be one of the people that say that it doesn't count. I wanted that championship. He's went out there and accomplished things in the purple and gold, and he's going to be recognized as a person to do some of these things in the purple and gold. So I think when it's all said and done, that would change. That part of the conversation will change because he did these things on your team. But I understand where the Laker fans come in and say that we don't really put him on the Kobe level because Kobe was homegrown.
It's interesting too because he's a Laker great. He's a Miami Heat great, but in my eyes, he's a Cleveland Cavalier. So but you can go other places and still be great. You know what I mean? Like, to me, Shaq, being from Orlando, he's a Magic player. Like when I picture Shaq, I picture him with a Magic jersey on. It doesn't mean he's not a Laker great. Like, you know what I mean? So you can have success in multiple different franchises and leave an impact there and a legacy, which LeBron has already done in LA.
Yeah, no, I think it's an interesting conversation. It changes. It's fluid. Moving on, Doc Rivers said that Giannis deserves more recognition, Chandler, and he's already become a forgotten great player in the league. Are you buying that?
I don't know if he's forgotten. I think that the lack of the team success that they've had this year, he's not in that same conversation as the Jokic's and as the SGAs. But the more games they win, the better he plays in the postseason. I think he'll be talked about and respected more. But listen, the guy's stats are unbelievable. I think he's still top 5 in MVP voting. He's an all NBA type player. He's got multiple All-Stars. So I think he's just gotten a little lost in the shuffle this year with just how good SGA and Jokic have been. But I think he's pretty much respected. He's first ballot Hall of Famer. The minute he qualifies for that, he's a champion. He's one of the greats. He's one of the greats that the league has ever seen. So again, maybe this year we're not talking about him as much, but I disagree with this. I think people still talk and respect and know who Giannis is.
What's going on over there, Lou?
this is where I think Giannis gets lost in the sauce and criticize whatever. I feel like Giannis hasn't added pieces to his game. You know, as you get older, as you evolve in this game, you got to add something. And you usually see guys add something. Like we saw Shea add pieces to his game from last year to this year. Jokic has been way more dominant this year than he was last year. Like you see guys adding a piece. I want to see Giannis add a piece to his game. That mid range. We were talking about his mid range earlier in the season. Kind of got away from it. Add the three ball, add something to your bag that we hadn't seen. I think it's just more of the same. And once they kind of had some turbulence earlier in this year, and then they kind of righted that thing, that kind of put him in a tricky position. He was in the MVP conversation, but I would just love to see Giannis add something to his game for that to happen. But I don't think he's one of the forgotten greats. I think he's still top 4, top 5 in this league. I just would love to see him add something to his game, and I think that would help that argument.
All right, Lou, you're up first on this next one. Steve Kerr said that when it comes to skills, Steph is the greatest of all time, and that the way he impacts games is different. You buying that?
Initially, I am buying that. As great a shooter that Steph Curry is, I don't think he gets recognized for his ball handling. I don't think he gets recognized as much for the way that he can finish around the rim with his left and his right hand. And obviously, him being a three-point threat, can shoot the ball all the way from the parking lot. He has a mid-range game, too. Floater game, all of these things. And that adds up to you being a skilled player. If you can reach in your bag and impact winning in a lot of different ways besides what people recognize you for, which is going to be his three-point shooting ability. But he can do it all. Steph can do it all. So is he going to go down as one of the greatest all-time skilled players? He's in that conversation. I haven't done an in-depth dig to really combat somebody else or give him something to feed off of that's different in this argument. So right now, I will probably say he's right. So I'm buying that.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, shooting is a skill, and he's the best shooter of all time. And again, I think because he's so good at shooting, people sleep on the attention that he should get on his ball handling, on his passing. There's another guy that's still playing right now, Jokic, that's pretty skilled. LeBron James is pretty skilled. Like, there's a lot of other guys that are still, even Kevin Durant at his size is pretty skilled as well. So that he's got some stiff competition, but I do agree that Steph it's not just his shooting, the attention he draws from other defenses, the vision he has on the court, passing the rock, and obviously his shooting is undoubtedly the greatest of all time, but he's not just a shooter. He can do it all. So he's definitely in that conversation as one of the most skilled players of all time.
We got a little tank talk here, Chandler. This is for you. NBA fined the Jazz $100,000 for not making Lauri Markkanen available for a game on the 5th. And I'm wondering if you're buying that this will ever stop teams from messing around.
I mean, I know Ryan Smith, and he's really, really rich. I don't know what $100,000 is. If that's what it costs to go get Cooper Flag and lose this game, then I'm sure that he's perfectly okay with doing that. Again, he could come up. They could come up with an actual injury or like a back spasm or an illness.
Migraine.
They could be a little smarter with this to save your money, but I don't think this is going to stop these lower echelon teams from trying to go and get a generational talent like Cooper Flag. It's worth it when it comes to a player like that.
And by the way, as a side note, Lou, last night, Lauri Markkanen went from questionable to available after this fine came out. Not do you find that to just look, it could be a coincidence, but it's good timing.
Could be a little quinky dink.
It's kind of adorable. Theo Pinson, Lou, this is you, believes that Jokic, when it's all said and done, will be a top 10 player of all time. And I go to you because I know you love lists and you have your current running top 10 at all time. So do you buy in that?
I mean, yeah, I'm buying it. I think he's put the work in. He has the longevity. He has the championship. He may go out and get 1 or 2 more or championships before he disappears and go worry about his horses and do his thing in his hometown. But other than that, he's going to continue to build on his legacy. What he's been capable of, he's already put himself in a lot of these different conversations with a lot of different people. So I'm not much of a top 5, top 10 guy because this changes and it's an invisible crown that a lot of guys have. But I'm buying the fact that a lot of people will consider Jokic a top 10 player when it's all said and done.
We need to keep the list at all times, Chandler, so that because when we do this, we just add people, but we don't ever subtract. So I'm like, who's coming off of a list of 10, right? This is
Yeah,
tough.
that means a really, really, really good player has to come off the minute
Yep.
Steph, Jokic go in. You know what I mean? So there's still time. They're still adding to their resume. Again, they still add championships and stats and MVPs and all NBAs, but who knows? Listen, he could already be in some people's top 10 player of all time. I've heard some people already say he's one of the greatest centers of all time, which kind of puts him in that 5 to 15 range already. So yeah, I'm buying this, that another 5, 7, 10 years, however much longer he plays, whatever he does adds to his resume, he could easily be in the top 10.
And that's why I always thought the top 75 was weird because I was like, well, that's going to change 1,000 more times. So you just keep adding. I get top 200. It's weird. But anyways, we got to talk local Suns writer Dwayne Rankin reporting because we're moving ahead in Phoenix. We got to figure out what the future looks like. And he's saying that the Suns could actually receive 4 first-round picks and a rising star for Devin Booker in a potential trade. Chandler, are you buying that they'll get that much?
I mean, yeah, I look around at the other trades that have happened recently. Like, look at what Rudy Gobert got. And if I'm the Suns, I'm holding Devin Booker to that standard. This dude is still young. He's not even in his prime yet. He's a two-way player. Saw the impact he had on Team USA and how valuable is. Coach Kerr spoke volumes of him, that he was their kind of, key player in that, and he's always been consistent. He's a great dude. He's a scorer. He defends. Yeah, I would probably give that up for a guy like Devin Booker. He's a generational talent that I think also has kind of been lost in the shuffle this year. And because when you're losing games, you don't get as talked about as much. But that's a haul. That's a lot. But look what they just gave up for Mark Williams. They just gave up look what they give up for these players, and Devin Booker's in a whole different category with them. So I definitely would try and shoot for the stars here if I'm the Suns, if I'm actually going to get rid of a Devin Booker.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, take a quick break. On the other side, Gordon Hayward joins the show.